Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking the Orville New Horizons Live Splosion. I'm excited and I hope you're excited too because this is a very special time in an Orvillian's life. We have an all new upcoming season of the Orville just a few months away. We have more Orville to fight for, and we have an all new episode of the Orville that I made myself. just for you guys. That's right, it is story time. We have an all-new episode of the Orville in the form of comics, Artifacts Part 1, written by David A. Goodman, artist by David Cabeza, and all the coloring was done by Michael Atiyeh. I'm incredibly excited about this, you guys. This is something that's near and dear to my heart, the chance to create, and to create in the Orville universe. Artifacts, I read it, absolutely amazing episode of the Orville. A whole new adventure takes place before season 3. It's getting us, in some of the between times between last season and the upcoming season, New Horizons. And it was an amazing adventure. Had a nice Easter egg in it referring to the Bormanis Stone, which refers to Andre Bormanis, one of the producers and creators of some of the stories from the Orville. Very sweet man. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him live in person a couple years ago at Yuri's Night. We talked about the Orville season 2 prior to season 2 airing. Or no, right in the middle of season 2. Actually prior to one of the last two or three episodes of the Orville season 2. One of my favorite seasons of the Orville. One of my 2 favorite seasons of the Orville. Soon to be one of my 3 favorite seasons of the Orville. What's going on, you guys? Hey, you guys ready for story time? We'll be starting that up in just a few here as more people file in, show their love for the Orville. The corner of any room they choose. Talking to Booger, says Archmage. What's going on, Archmage? What's going on, everybody that's here right now, and especially official channel members like Brian Dawkins, Curtis Tate, Archmage Frey. We have Pranakasha Productions right here. What's going on, Matt? How you doing? And for those of you who haven't been to a live stream in a while, you now have badges next to your names to indicate how long you have been an official channel member. And don't forget, there are the all-new emojis available to you for Talking the Orville to the channel members. We are 8 channel members away from getting a brand new emoji slot, so I'll create something new, get another character from the show down there for you guys to play around with. The more channel members we get, the more emoji slots we get, where we can have fun in the chat. What's going on, Mr. Tommy Pickles? How you doing? Ego-mojis. Now, there is Egotastic FunTime channel also available. That's not monetized yet, so I can't make emojis for that one yet. But once I am able to do so, I will. We'll open up a whole new Pandora's box of fun once that channel gets monetized. But no hurry. No hurry with that. I'll just be putting out content every week on that channel, and eventually that will happen. But until then, it's Orville time. It's always Orville time. Ooh, an Instant Turco. I have not done anything with I have not done any thumbnails or PNG files or anything with Instant Turco yet. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and make that happen at some point. I'll let you guys vote on who the next emoji is when the time comes. We're getting close. Uncle JP. Yeah, Uncle JP is gonna tell you a story, and I'm very excited about this. I spent 16 hours straight yesterday, and then I became gay. No, I spent 16 hours straight putting this together for you guys, and I'm excited about it because it was a lot of fun. We have been waiting, Orvillians have been waiting at this point a couple years for a new episode of the Orville. I think we deserve it more than any other fandom, so I went ahead and just made an episode to help us get by. And there are many more Orville stories out there to be told. So if people enjoy this content and support this content, like this content, I'll be making more for everybody. And as we know, we're all worried, we're in a panic that this might be the last season of the Orville. As most of us know, all we got to do is support the new season of the Orville, and Hulu will renew it. If we're able to prove to them that it's worth it, we'll get more Orville after season 3. But I promise you this: if you guys like the content that you're about to see during this live stream, and we don't get another season of the Orville, I promise you, I will personally write new episodes of the Orville and put them out in the form of radio dramas. Now, radio dramas, this episode, I have made a radio drama for it. It's available right now for all the Patreons on the Patreon page to download, to listen to follow along with your comic book, or just have an Orville adventure with your eyes closed or while you're driving in your car. I will be putting out original new stories if it's something that people actually want. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Now, one thing I will tell you, we've teased this for a couple years with every new season of the Orville because it takes so long to get the official word of a renewal of the series. We've always teased, sitting in the pickle jars. We've teased that a bunch of times. Well, I think this time it's not going to be a tease. No matter what, there is going to be a pickle plan that I'm putting it together right now. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys apprised. Hulu wants not only viewers to show up and watch the new season of the Orville when it comes out, but they want an appetite. They want us to prove that it's something that we actually want from them. So I'm thinking that the Kraken will be released the same week that the Orville's new season comes out. I'll be providing you guys all the information, the word to start. And I already created labels for pickle jars that will be available. The same week that the Orville premieres, I think will be a great week for Hulu to start receiving some pickles. To let them know, hey, fans love this show. And it'll be a great fan-fronted publicity stunt. I use that word loosely. I'm not going to be performing any stunts. I got bones to protect. Publicity for the new season. It'll hopefully get picked up by the news, and the Orville will get into the paper in a positive way, and it'll give Hulu a little bit more incentive to say, hey, people love this thing. It'll get more eyeballs on the show. So I think it'll really help to have a fan-fronted publicity stunt. Stunt's a dumb word. It's actually just a publicity of love. I think is another word, because it's all coming from a good place. But we're gonna do it, you guys. I'll let you guys know when it's time, and we'll plan way ahead of time so that we're all prepared to send our jars out the same week. It should be a lot of fun, and it'll help a lot of pickle farmers. Dustin says show still needs to be on cable as well as online. Not sure if that's true in this day and age, but anywhere it's available would help for sure. But most expensive shows are not shown on regular television anymore. Primetime television is a place where good, expensive sci-fi shows go to die. So I'm actually very happy that it's not exclusively on a primetime channel anymore, because I want more Orville, and this is the best chance to get more of it. But yeah, the more places people can see it, the better, for sure. Yeah, open this bag of pickles, Alara. Publicity of love. Yeah, baby. Yeah, who doesn't like getting a spicy pickle in the mail? Pickle farmers are the best farmers, aren't they? Do you think they'll do a premiere episode event on Fox like they do with Disco to drive people to Hulu? I seriously doubt that. I very seriously doubt that. I mean, anything's possible, but I don't think it's going to be showing up on TV at all. But I do know people are excited to show up for it. They're going to be going to Hulu or Disney Plus internationally to watch the new season. And of course, there's always going to be people like, "Oh, I can't afford it." I'm like, show me your the stuff you spend money on every month. I bet you can afford it. Not everybody, but most people. If you can afford to complain, you can afford a $6, $7 subscription for 2 months. Yeah, I said it. The Orville's worth it. How much would you pay for a 14-hour Orville movie? Well, that's what's coming out in March 10th. is a 14-hour Orville movie over the course of 8 weeks. I'm assuming 8 weeks. We're going to have 10 episodes. I'm assuming, this isn't confirmed, but I'm assuming because I looked into everything, all other Amazon or Hulu originals that are put out there, they usually drop a couple episodes the first day. So I'm guessing, it's not official, but I'm guessing we'll get 2 to 3 episodes that first day, and then the rest will be coming out weekly. Oh, it is. Yeah, good point, Archmage. Archmage says a Hulu subscription for the entire run of season 3 is probably less than one movie ticket. Oh, absolutely. Unless you go on Discount Tuesdays. But you're only going to get a 2-hour movie with that. Yeah, pickles are the new beets. Don't tell that to Dwight Schultz. But yeah, you guys, I'm really excited to reveal what I've been working on. Yesterday I did 16 hours. Today I did probably about 4 hours more work to finish it off and to get everything ready. Pranakasha Productions dropping those bits. Release the bit cannons. Thank you very much, Matt.
I would be happy to attempt sexual relations with you, Lieutenant.
Oh my goodness, Isaac. Goodness gracious. It costs $7.99 a month in the UK. And we're only talking 2 months. And if someone's never had Hulu or Disney Plus before, they usually give free subscriptions for a few weeks to sometimes a month. Also, keep a lookout. Actually, I'll keep you guys apprised because every year Hulu does a special promotion. I'm sure Disney will probably do it as well. All the streaming services probably will because they're all competing right now, and they're competing hard right now. But Hulu usually does a crazy promotion where they'll give you 6 months for 99 cents for the whole 6 months. They've done it the last 3 years or so, so I'll keep you guys apprised. I'll be making announcements, showing links, and all that great stuff. Now, I've had Hulu since ever since they first came out, many years ago. I've never canceled it because most of the stuff I watch is on there. Yeah, I pay a little more as well. Andrew says I pay $13.95 a month because I don't have ads. I also got the no ad Hulu subscription years ago when they first introduced that. They gave it away as a trial for I don't know, a month or so or 2 weeks, something like that. And so I'm like, yeah, the free trial with no ads. So I did it. I was like, I'll do that for 2 weeks. That'd be a fun experiment. I'm not going to pay for it. And so then I did it. And then they took it away after the trial was over. And I went back to ads. And after about a day, I was like, I can't watch commercials anymore after getting a taste of the good stuff. So I signed it back up and I've had it ever since. Yes, Brian Dawkins. Brian, thank you for inspiring me to make that boardish short. It was a great idea. I thought that'd be fun. I'll be trying to do at least one Orville short a week because they're fun to make and a great way to see a new side of the Orville. Or sometimes I'll take a scene and I'll shorten it and I'll cut it tighter so that it really pops. Oh yeah, Hulu's great. I had it way before the Orville ever existed, and I'll always have it as long as I'm watching television. Sometimes I get tired of TV. I'm like, I should cancel all this stuff and just read books. I get tired of passive content sometimes. Oh yeah, you don't get ads on Disney Plus, and you're not going to want ads with the new season of the Orville unless you're going. Well, maybe you do because it's a great time to have a bathroom break because the new season, all the episodes are minimum 70 minutes long, but many of them are a lot longer than that. We're getting huge episodes, many movies in season 3. And if you've seen the teaser trailer, it's very obvious they've really upped their game. And that's just what we saw on the bridge. I do know the entire ship has been retrofitted for season 3. We still have carpets, just not on the bridge. Pranakash says, I got Hulu so I could binge watch Lost back in the day. Yeah, Lost was pretty binge watchable. I got Netflix back before Netflix had streaming when they had the discs. And I ordered the first couple seasons of Lost so I can catch up. And then I eventually got caught up with the live broadcast. So I had to watch the live broadcast every week. And that was torture having to wait each week for Lost. Roberta says, I can hold it. I can go 70 minutes. Me too. It's my X-Men powers. I can hold it for a while. Oh, nice. Todd has read the new comic. Todd says, I can handle ads in season 3 if they advertise Horbilac ice cream. They make the best ice cream. Actually, the beginning of this story, if you haven't heard the story or read the story, you'll be introduced to Horbilac ice cream in just a few minutes, you guys. Let me check the clock here. I do want to start this presentation here in just a couple minutes. We got about 30 people here now. That's a pretty good amount. And then after this live stream, we'll be going for another hour. After this live stream, the premiere of the episode that I'm going to show you the behind the scenes version here, but the real version will be premiering right after this live stream. Once the live stream ends, it should direct you there to the premiere, which is where I'll be to introduce it to everybody. And then I have the version that you're going to see here. I'm also going to make that available for those that like to see the behind the scenes version of it. But either way, you're getting the same story. It's just one will be with my face and the other one will not be with my face. Oh yeah, I haven't been keeping track of the release of the Book of Boba Fett yet. But if you say it's soon, it's probably a holiday thing, right? So it's probably really soon. I think a lot of cool stuff is coming out in November, right? I haven't really been keeping track of a lot of other properties except for the Orville, because that's my main interest right now. It's the thing that brings me the most joy, and everything else is just something I catch up on when I have time, which the last few weeks there has been absolutely no time. I'm in front of this computer. When I'm not at the gym at 5 in the morning, I'm right here in front of this computer editing and figuring stuff out.
Sweet emotion.
DK Samaritan, $10 super chat. Ooh, New Zealand style. If an Orville video game was made, would you play it? I have actually something to say about that. But first...
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I've won. Yeah.
There is the Orville Interactive Fan Experience, which is kind of a sandbox, very high quality, very accurately detailed Orville game that's free on Steam. But there's also other Orville stuff out. I've recently became aware that there is an Orville 2D adventure. I played part 1. Part 2 is coming out. I'll be putting out a video about that, because the second episode is going to need some of your guys' skills that are out there to help make it. So we'll be putting out a video about that very soon. Hey, Indy Tiger, how you doing? Hello, all, and hello, JP. Another Life. Did I watch Another Life? I can't remember which one Another Life is. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Dustin, JP, what did you think of the Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2 finale? I have not watched it yet. I'm actually about 4 or 5 episodes behind on Lower Decks. I have not really had time to watch anything in the last couple of weeks. I've been just working on leveling up, and not only my content, but myself. And I haven't really watched much. But I do plan on watching it, because I am a fan of Lower Decks. I have not read Digressions yet, Brian. Now, here's the thing. If today's thing that I put together does well, if people like it and they want more of it, I plan on doing the same thing with all the Orville comics. And then, after that, start writing my own Orville episodes to put together for everybody. Because we need more Orville. And the Orville can only make so many episodes. But I can make some more Orville adventures for us to enjoy. But yeah, we'll be getting to Digressions. Digressions, probably, as much as I love Artifacts, Digressions so far is probably my favorite Orville comics, because it's directly placed into the season 2 finale. You would watch Tomorrow, then you would read Digressions part 1 and 2, and then you would watch The Road Not Taken for the full experience of that entire story arc. I wonder if Mike, it's McMahon, right? Yeah, McMahon will go to 1 hour long episodes for season 3. I would doubt that. I don't think people have patience for a full season of hour-long animated episodes of that sort of comedy. I think it's best to get in, make people laugh, enjoy a story, and then get out. But you never know. You never know. I think instead of doing hour-long episodes, they'd probably just make 2 extra seasons. The Further Adventures of Ensign Turco. Yeah, I think the first one I write, a new Orville story, might have to have get a little bit more information on Ensign Turco. I am waiting to see season 3. Anything that I write before season 3 will have to be non-canon interrupting. I wouldn't want to step on any canon feet. Is there canon feet? Feet in the canon. I'd make stories that can work either way, as canon or not canon. But once I get more information about the Orville universe in season 3, then I can really get a little bit more into the canon. Kool-Aid Man says, "Oh yeah." I think 35 to 40-minute episodes of Lower Decks would be good. Yeah, I could do that. A little longer than normal shows. Yeah, I think it would be worth it. Dark Matter. I've been seeing Dark Matter posts a lot in the last week. As if there's some Dark Matter news. As if there's something coming up from Dark Matter. I have no idea. I didn't actually read anything. Just a lot of people posting Dark Matter stuff in the last week. All right, you guys. We got 34 people here. It's been almost 30 minutes, so I think it is time for an all-new episode of the Orville, put together by me, JP, the Orville Evangelist, and written by David A. Goodman. I'm very excited to show this to you guys. So are you guys ready? Show me, channel members, show me an emoji of your favorite Orville bridge crew member. To let me know you're ready to start. We'll see what you guys got. And just so you know, the tip jar is now open. I put the link at the top of the chat, so you can tip for this work, this content, if you like it, if you want more of it. And the support links are down below for other types of support. Also, some really cool Orville fan merch is available down there. All right, we got Isaac and Alara. What could have been between those two? Besides arm wrestle buddies. Isaac was up for it. You guys know that for sure.
I would be happy to attempt sexual relations with you, Lieutenant.
But she's kind of working on herself right now, you guys. She's definitely working on herself in the episode Home where she left, right? She left to go work on herself and her family relations. All right. We got Brian with Tala. Archmage did the Isaac Alara. We got Curtis with Kelly, my favorite character from the series. And I think we are ready for this thing, you guys. Here we go. I would like to introduce to you guys an all-new episode of the Orville, Artifacts, Part 1.
There's ice cream all over your face.
Orville's make the best ice cream. Food synthesizer doesn't do it justice.
There are rumors they put stimulants in it.
Not a rumor. Mercer!
Professor Lamarck, my God, it's been so long.
Yes, probably your graduation from Union Point.
Yes, you remember Gordon Malloy?
I do not. I sat next to Ed every day in class. I'm afraid I can't recall. You almost failed me and accused me of cheating on the final exam?
So, Professor, what brings you out this far?
I've been on an expedition for the past few years. It will be of some consequence to anyone interested in astroarchaeology.
Well, I've tried to keep up with my studies.
You have?
Yes. Wipe your face. I would love to hear about it.
I will see you aboard your ship in 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Great.
I'll be there too. I'm the helmsman. Asshole remembered me.
Wipe your face.
You've done well for yourself.
Well, there's always someone doing a little better, but I can't complain. The question is, what have you been up to? Your published works have fallen off in the last couple of years.
All careers have ebbs and flows. Mine is ebbing, so I decided to devote myself to the one course of study that had the most potential for me to leave a mark. The ZanCon.
The ZanCon?
Exactly, and you can be part of it.
Really? How?
If I'm being honest, running into you was not a coincidence. I need a ship to take me to the Cruxus system, and you're the only starship captain who might consider it.
Professor Lamarck,
Who?
This is Chalmy, my assistant.
here is the comm scanner, Professor.
Where have you been? I've been waiting.
I had difficulty finding you. It's such a large ship.
Very well. That'll be all, Chalmy.
I've never seen her species before.
She is from Cephalda. She has come with me to see the galaxy. I will be returning her home after I've completed my expedition. Assuming, of course, you will take me to Cruxus.
Look, Professor, that's harder than it sounds. Cruxus is a system with 4 stars. It's very unusual. The magnetic and gravimetric fields make it impossible to navigate.
Yes, I'm aware of the difficulties. Have your science officer analyze the data on here. It will be up to you to determine whether it's worth the risk. The data on Professor Lamarck's comm scanner supports his theory of the location of the ZanCon fleet. Seriously?
Holy crap.
Yeah, amazing. No idea what that is.
You'd know if you paid attention in class.
The ZanCon were purportedly the ruling empire in this section of the galaxy 3.4 million years ago. There is circumstantial evidence that they enslaved 37 separate species who then revolted.
It is accepted as fact on Mocklus that they existed.
What's this about a fleet? It was scholars on Selea who first discovered the legends that, when their empire was being overthrown, the ZanCon hid part of their massive fleet of ships. In the hopes of seizing power once again, the fleet was never found. So everybody knows this story but me and John?
I knew the story. What's Lamarck's evidence?
The professor has cataloged all the information available regarding the ZanCon fleet. His most compelling connection is derived from 2 ancient sources. The Bormanis stone, which contains the first reference to the ZanCon fleet. It states that the fleet was protected by the 4 brothers. No scholar had been able to determine the meaning of this term until the recent archaeological discovery on Retepsia of the text of an epic poem, The 4 Brothers. Contemporaneous to the time of the Bormanis stone, the poem referenced a constellation by the same name. Lamarck studied star patterns of ancient Retepsia and determined that the 4 Brothers constellation was in fact the Cruxus system.
It would be a good hiding place.
Yeah, because it's impossible to get to.
Lieutenant Malloy is correct. Finally, the unique gravimetric and magnetic fields created by the proximity of these 4 stars have prevented survey vessels from properly mapping the interior of the system.
Which means those ships could still be there, even after 3 million years.
Only one way to find out.
I'm not sure following Professor Lamarck is advisable.
Why not?
Lamarck was removed from his position at Union Point because of some overzealousness regarding his ZanCon theories. He's been shunned by the Union scientific community.
Isaac seems to think, in this case, Lamarck's theory is reasonable.
The possibility of finding the fleet is tempting, but you'll be putting your ship at a great deal of risk.
Who was it who said risk is our business?
I have no idea. I'll approve this mission on the condition that you won't risk your ship and crew unnecessarily.
That usually goes without saying.
Report progress. Halsey out.
Notify Lamarck and find quarters for him and his assistant. Then have Gordon plot a course to Cruxus.
Yes, sir.
Computer, do a search for risk is our business.
Hey, can I give you a hand?
I wanted to get something to eat, but this synthesizer doesn't have any recipes for my home planet.
Well, maybe I can recommend something.
Please state request.
1 macaroni and cheese.
It's very good.
Yeah, one of man's greatest contributions to galactic culture. So, Chalmy, where are you from?
It's called Cephalda. This is the first time I've been away from home. I miss it.
Why did you leave?
Well, Professor Lamarck came there, and he offered my parents a food synthesizer if they would let me come with him.
It sounds like he bought you.
I don't know what you mean, but he promised me we will return to Cephalda immediately after we find the fleet.
And if he doesn't find the fleet?
He seemed confident he would.
The guy is scum. I've known since Union Point.
Because he almost failed you?
This is not a joke. He traded her for a food synthesizer. He should be in the brig.
He was offering her a chance to see the galaxy. He promised to return her to her parents as soon as he reached Cruxus.
She didn't mention that?
No. Well, yes, she mentioned that, but it still seems sketchy to me.
Bridged Captain, we are approaching the Cruxus system. All right, Bortus, on my way. Call Professor Lamarck to the bridge.
Unless Gordon has an objection.
Oh, shut up.
We are 3.7 AUs from the outer perimeter. Our sensors cannot penetrate to the interior of the system.
It's beautiful.
And deadly.
How many ships have tried to chart that mess?
According to Union records, 12 manned probes have unsuccessfully attempted to reach the interior of the system.
So we're lucky 13.
Captain, we can stay here and contemplate ancient superstitions regarding numbers, or we can make history.
You're right. We'll give it a shot.
Helm, take us in.
Captain, reading an increase in solar activity. It would appear the quantum signature of our engines is drawing energy from the 4 stars in this system, creating a web of gravimetric and magnetic interference.
We're acting like a magnet.
Essentially correct. Gravimetric turbulence increasing.
Commander.
I see it. Engineering the bridge, the gravimetric shear combined with the intense magnetic field is playing havoc with the quantum reactor. If we keep this up, we could have a catastrophic failure.
Understood. Isaac, how long till we're through this turbulence?
I am unable to make that determination. Sensors will not penetrate behind the perimeter.
We have a hull breach on Deck C.
Damage control team.
Engineering the bridge, we have a new problem. Structural integrity on this upper ring is degrading. It won't hold for long.
Captain, forward momentum has stopped. We're not moving.
Can we increase power?
Probably want to check with John, but I think you know what he's going to say.
I think I remember the Admiral saying something about not putting the ship in unnecessary danger.
I remember that too. Gordon, back us off.
No, you can't!
Lamarck!
What the hell?
We can't give up. We have to break through.
Yoffit.
I can't stop it. We're losing everything.
Engineering the bridge, we have a catastrophic systems failure.
Captain, the turbulence has stopped. We have made it to the interior of the system. We have also lost power.
Gordon!
I got nothing. We're dead in space.
Engineering, try to get some power as soon as you can.
We're working on it.
Bridge to sickbay, casualty report.
16 injuries, 3 confirmed deaths. There may be more.
What the hell did you think you were doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
A little late. Take him to the brig.
If you'd done that when I told you to.
Shut up.
Isaac, sensor report.
I should have sensors repaired momentarily.
Engineering the bridge, auxiliary power is online.
Good work, John.
He's not working down here alone, you know.
Captain, I have restored sensors.
Let's see where we are.
Activate main view screen.
Fuck me! That asshole was right.
The Zancon fleet.
Bortus, try to raise the Admiralty.
We are unable to send or receive while we are in the system due to the interference from the stars. Bridge to engineering, status.
Status is we're not going anywhere. We need to be docked at a station to fix the reactor.
That doesn't leave us with many options.
Only one I can think of. Hope one of those 3 million-year-old ships still works.
That's what I've been working on, you guys. And I want to do a lot more of those because we need more episodes of the Orville. We need this universe. We need these people, these characters, these adventures, these missions. It gives us all hope for a better future. Even if it's, some crazy stuff going on in that future every once in a while that puts your life in danger. There's still always hope that things can be better. Thank you, Orville Nation. Orville Nation says, these are great. Hadn't seen your read-through in a while. Well, I've never done one quite up to this par before, but man, it was a lot of fun to make. As soon as I decided, hey, keep going, keep doing it. Do the work, as Jay Lee has said over and over and over again. And he said it to me personally. Just keep doing the work. Thank you, Archmage. Thank you, Curtis Tate. Thank you, Roberta Laverty. Thank you very, very much, you guys. When was this set? Yeah, it's actually post season 2, I believe. It's between season 2 and season 3. It's season 2.5, as they like to say in the the comic book world, sometimes the video game world. Kingdom Hearts, you know what I'm talking about. Part 2, the story comes out next month, you guys, in the middle of November. So if people are liking this content, I will do one for Part 2 as well. And if people like that, then I'll be doing one for every single Orville comic book, as well as originals, original fan scripts, and those written by me as well. I understand the tone of the Orville. I understand these characters. I understand the universe. I feel it in my blood. I know how an Orville episode is supposed to be put together. And it's probably because I just watch a lot of the Orville and I obsess over it. Probably more than I should. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. After this live stream, you saw the little version up in the corner. Well, the full screen version will be premiering right after this live stream. 50 minutes from now. So we got plenty of time to talk, plenty of time to figure out what we want to happen in the next season of the Orville, what stories we want to be told. Yeah, the stories need to be every week. That'll be awesome. It takes me about 2 days to put one of these together. It'll take me a little bit longer than that if I'm writing them as well. But hey, you guys can write stuff for submission. Yeah, the Orville, Dustin, definitely has that classic Star Trek vibe with modern day stories and concerns. And one thing that I love about the Orville, what a lot of people love about the Orville, something that Star Trek never really gave us, except for every once in a while, is the off time. What people on these ships are doing when they're not at their stations, when they're not at work, basically. After they get off at 5 o'clock. Archimedes says, I love the drawing of Yaphet holding a wrench towards the end. Yeah, the artwork is amazing for the Orville comics, all done by David Cabeza, a Dark Horse Comics artist. Now, of course, these comics are put out by Dark Horse, so props to them. Thank you, Dark Horse, for taking on this this venture of giving us more Orville stories. Thank you, David A. Goodman, for writing them. David A. Goodman, of course, is an executive producer and one of the head writers and one of the head captains steering the ship of production for the Orville and the Orville Adventures. Pranakasha Productions.
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm going to mess them up first.
Original J.P. Orville scripts. Oh, yeah. There's that Kool-Aid man again. Thank you, Matt. Very much appreciated. Your support is very much a big help to keeping the lights on here. Colonel Googie says, JP, are you a GM or a DM? I don't know what that means. That one had to be explained to me. It's going over my head. I'm not so smart sometimes. Indie Tiger says, I already have an idea. Where do I submit a story idea? You can go to Egotastic FT. Yeah, Egotastic FT at gmail.com. If Dan was in the engine room. Yeah, was Dan in the engine room? Sometimes Dan has shown up in the comics before. Archmage Frey or Orville Mirror Universe idea. Evil like Trek, except the difference is all the female characters have the beards. Oh! That'd be a fun one. Dustin says, I personally like to think that the Orville and Galaxy Quest share the same universe. Yeah, Galaxy Quest, actually, when you're out there in space dealing with space stuff, it's actually pretty dramatic, and the stakes are pretty high. Absolutely. Oh, Game Master or Dungeon Master? Probably a little bit of both. I like to keep one foot in each. And when I'm not doing that, I'm the Orville Evangelist. That's always a good backup title right there. Hey, Nate Knows, how you doing? Arkmay says, I like to think Orville is set in the future of the Third Rock from the Sun universe. Yeah, John Lithgow is the captain of a ship somewhere. I think John would be a great captain. What about you guys? He's probably Admiral aged at this point, though, isn't he? An Orville Babylon 5 crossover would be cool. Heck, maybe I can write a story that actually has that Star Trek Orville crossover everybody wants. It won't be what you think it is, though. It'll be... Star Trek would still exist as a television series in my Orville fan fiction. But the characters would be there thanks to the environmental simulator. Colonel Googie says, your voices made me think you were a game master for tabletop games. I actually have very little experience with tabletop games. You have to get, other people together and do all this stuff. I don't have a very easy time getting other people together. But to be fair, I usually don't want that anyway. I like my alone time. So I'd say game master because I'm very experienced with games, video games, and dodgeball. Most of the dungeons I've been inside would be in RPG MMOs back in the day when I used to do that. I actually had to quit doing MMOs because I put a lot of time into them, and I took away a lot of time from other stuff I should have been doing in real life. So I was like, oh, I have to quit these. I can't do them anymore. I'm talking to you, Lord of the Rings Online, City of Heroes, talking to you too. Yeah, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Good Rip Torn line right there from Dodgeball. So what are you guys excited about for Season 3? I'm very much hoping, and I really feel like we're going to be doing some time travel in Season 3. And we know there'll be references to the 21st century, but I'm thinking we might be getting some adventures to, if not the 21st century, then perhaps the 20th or 19th centuries. I'm always up for multiverse stuff as well. Stuff that time travel and multiverse stuff always just makes my brain just go that little extra length to think about what's going on and figuring out stuff and seeing how things would work. Would that work or would that not work? Or does that make sense or does that not make sense? JP, do you have a JP original Orville story ready to share? Just off the top of my head, it'd be time travel. My Orville, probably my first story would have some sort of time travel in it. Perhaps the Orville travels to the late 60s and has some sort of influence on a science fiction television writer to create a series. Oh man, what could that be? Arkmay says, I'm just really excited to find out more of how things in the Orville universe work, history of it, etc. Yeah, we don't really know how the Planetary Union started. We don't really know exactly how it's run. I don't think Admiral Halsey is the head of Earth. I think he's just head of the Planetary Union. But I'm sure he has a boss as well. There's got to be like an Earth prime minister or president or something like that, right? Space 1999. Colonel Googie says, I really love time travel stuff and parallel universes. Really interested to see how much of the Krill are involved in the story. I think the Krill are a big part of Season 3 from what I've heard. We're at least in a couple episodes. I mean, we do have a tentative treaty with them to help go up against the Kalon. But of course, the Krill do things the Krill way, and Mocklins do things the Mocklin way, and everyone else kind of does things the earthly way, using Earth-style morals and ethics. That's one thing I love about the Orville. I mean, like TNG did a lot of stuff where we had to kind of deal with the different customs of different races, but we always kind of were going out of our way to adhere to other customs. And the Orville really deals with, sometimes it's not necessarily good, because just because it's a custom of an ally doesn't mean that it's morally something we should go along with. Oh, excuse me, guys, I got a cough. So that's something that comes up a lot in the Orville, especially when it comes to the Mocklins. Am I right? Them silly old Mocklins with their silly ways and their prejudices, which are of many. The Trek Orville crossover could be Ed getting stuck in the Enterprise era and having to fit in as an ensign on the first Warp 5 ship until he can find a way home. So you got a little bit of Quantum Leap in there as well, but you also got a little bit of Ensign Rivers in there. Of course, Seth MacFarlane played Ensign Rivers on Enterprise. First he served aboard the Enterprise, and then he transferred over to the Columbia in season 4. And I'm guessing that's where Seth MacFarlane made a lot of contacts with those who are part of the production of Enterprise, because many of those people that were on the Enterprise production crew are now on the Orville crew. But yeah, I would love to play around with some sci-fi pop culture stuff when it comes to Orville stories. Now, of course, the Orville going back in time and becoming the inspiration for the creation of Star Trek, hint, hint, is also my idea for what I hope comes true. One of my predictions for Season 3 is that we'll learn that the multiphasic planet for Mad Idolatry is the actual original Kaylon homeworld. Those were the original biological Kaylons. Because we don't know exactly what time that planet was from. What if that planet was just from, tens of thousands of years ago, or even 1,000,000 years ago? And then eventually they create the Kaylon because they were inspired to create the Kaylon because they had a Kaylon living with them for 700 years that was ripped away from them after 700 years. And after Isaac was gone for a little while, they're like, hey, why don't we make some Kaylon? We kind of know how they're supposed to be, so they end up making Kaylon, and then they become the Kaylon, and they get destroyed by their own creation. But they seemed like really cool people, JP. Yeah, they had a intergalactic babysitter on their planet for 700 years. So once that babysitter's gone, the kids start to play and to mess around and to have growing pains once again. So I'm thinking it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, the Kaylon. But we'll have to wait and see until Season 3 to see if it is even addressed at all. I'm guessing one of my other predictions for Season 3 is that the Orville is given a very important mission by the Planetary Union, and that's why they're retrofitted to have the best of everything, because they're going to go on a deep space mission to warn the galaxy about the Kaylon, that all of their lives are in danger, so they need to unite, come together. Hey, by the way, we have this Planetary Union thing. Yes, we're human. You've never seen this before? Yeah, we're really far deep out into space. It's the Paul Revere season, is my prediction. The Orville is there to explore new horizons, to ensure that everybody knows that they're not safe. That they need to unite so the Kaylon don't even have a chance. Yep, the full video of the episode that I put together is 30 minutes away, you guys. I have a timer, an alarm set to remind me to end this stream so we can go over to the next one, which will be the premiere. And don't forget, if you like this content, help support it, because I want to make lots and lots more of it for you guys. The The Orville is Star Trek for the next generation, pun intended. I think it's Star Trek for the old generation as well. That's one great thing about the Orville is new Star Trek fans, non-Star Trek fans, old Star Trek fans, everybody is pretty much on board and loves the show. I mean, there's always, some people that it's just not their shtick or they're curmudgeons. They want people to get off their lawns. I totally get that. There's always a portion of the population, an ever-growing portion of the population, thanks to social media, that will always be around, even in a utopian future. Dustin says, maybe the USS Orville got a refit because battle damage and due to being an older ship. Yeah, the Orville is at least a decade old in the Orville universe. Well, more than that now that we've had a few seasons. But yeah, but the ship also gets destroyed at least once or twice in every season. First episode of the Orville, its engine's blown out, and I've seen its engines get blown out a few times since then. Felix says, JP, do you still get something from Twitch Prime? Once you get once you store up $100 on Twitch, they'll send you out that money. So, but I haven't been doing anything on Twitch because it's a declining service. They're having a lot of business problems for the last couple months, and it's getting worse and worse all the time. But yeah, it takes a while since I haven't been streaming for that to build up and come over to the old bank account. But yeah, it's not canceled. But I don't know when I'll be streaming on there again. I'm trying to focus all my content efforts in one place, instead of spreading it around. Seemed like a smart business move. Same here. Archmage says, oh, I would love to see 100 years prior to the Orville time. And they have ships that look all 60-ish with the OG Enterprise. In the very first Orville comic, New Beginnings, we do get a little bit of a flashback of the Planetary Union. Not the Union per se, but one of their ships. And a little adventure that ship had from 100 years prior to the Orville that we know. The ships were a little bit different, a little bit more clunky. They had some different type of weaponry and different capabilities. So we actually solve a 100-year-old mystery in that first Orville comic, New Beginnings.
Sweet emotion.
Hiroshi loves you. $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Let's give you some love.
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish.
Heart. I'm not very good at this, but heart. Hook. What? Thank you very much, Hiroshi. Very much appreciated and something that's needed for talking the Orville Egotastic FunTime. But still, everybody shoot your Twitch Primes towards JP. Thank you, Felix. Actually, yeah, it's free once a month. Every Twitch, every Prime, Amazon Prime member can donate a $5 subscription to any Twitch channel that you want. Mine's still open. Yeah, we even got Family Guy fans becoming sci-fi fans now. Sci-fans now. Absolutely, Orville Nation. Seth MacFarlane fans is what it's becoming. Yeah, they didn't know they were sci-fi fans, and they said, hey, let's check out Seth's show. We love Family Guy so much. And like, oh, geez. It's making people think. Yeah, every fanfic story needs Dan. Yeah, I will be probably once we officially, one of these days that the Orville is officially done. It might be next season. It might be 20 seasons from now. That's when I'll start creating our own canon for the Orville universe. And adding to it as opposed to playing just within it. If something was left behind, if a certain character didn't get the backstory that they needed, I'll create that backstory. Until then, I don't want to step on any canon toes until I know what all the canon is. Has Adrian said anything additional to her comment about this being the final season of the Orville? I don't think she has. Also, I know Hollywood. I think we talked about this before. I know Hollywood. And the Orville production knows sci-fi, knows sci-fi fans, and knows how big budget shows get more seasons made. It's by putting out a rumor out there that this is the final thing, because they know sci-fi fans, when they realize this might be the last time they're able to have the thing they love, that they'll grab onto it and support it more, and come out, and they'll rally, and they'll get more content out of the producers, out of in this case Hulu. So it could have been, I don't know if she was told to say that. I don't know if it's true and that's why she said that, or was the cast just led to believe that this is the final season so that there'd be some slip-ups like that. I know how I would do it, and I would do it just like that. Hey, JP, between students. Nice, Kevin. Tell the other one to show up late. What if the Orville universe, the Vulcans were actually helped Earth develop 1,000 times faster, unlike in Star Trek, Vulcan held back Earth? Yeah, Enterprise gave us that whole story where, the Vulcans helped us develop quickly, but also slowly at the same time. They held us back. Once we Earth got their feet under them. Earthlings got their feet under them and really can start progressing. That's when the Vulcans were like, hey, let's hold back here. It's like, sorry, Vulcans, we got space stuff to do. So would you kindly get out of our way, or we're going to barrel right through you? And so we did. Dan Hard, with a vengeance. The ship is taken over and crew is all knocked out. Dan has to save the ship, but after he does, no one knows or believes him. Yeah, because they're all knocked out. It's all story he ends up telling, right? But then there'd be that one line at the end where it's like, oh, maybe he did do that. Nah. Yeah, that's a good story. It'd be interesting to have the family character show up on the Orville in CG animated live while helping the Orville crew. Imagine a lower decks version of the Orville. I'm imagining it right now, Kevin Scott. And Riker's there. Yeah, I have lots of stories that I'd love to see. I'd love to see have a story where the Orville meets their doppelganger crew. Same universe, it's just another ship, and the crew is a well-renowned ship, the best captain, the best crew, this and that, and then they come in contact with them, and they find out after a while, oh, this crew kind of sucks, but they're given all the accolades, and they're pretty, and they're dashing and daring. Really, they're just going forward with dumb luck. What's up, HM? What's up, cuz? But yeah, there's an endless chasm of Orville stories in my brain, but it's not quite time yet. I have to see how people like this type of content. One thing that'll be easier if I wrote my own stories is I could just do radio dramas are a lot easier to edit than the video version that I put together. But I'd love to do a video version just like I did here today with all the Orville comics. And then once we're out of comics, switch over to the fan created radio dramas. Maybe eventually it'll get big enough where I can start hiring some people to do some of the voices. But I love doing the voices. But yeah, we need a lot more Dan. I'm hoping in season 3 we get a lot more Dan. Like, is his name just Dan? Does he have a last name? I don't know how his race works. His race of people work. Where do they come from? What do what is their life like on their planet? Same for Yaphet. What's a jelly planet like? A planet full of jellies. I'm ready for that jelly. The Orville being mid-range cruiser does not seem to be very I-class. Oh, I-class is I-class. But yeah, the Orville is a mid-level cruiser. It's an exploratory ship, but I think they're giving it everything it needs for a huge deep space, very important, very high-stakes mission in Season 3. That everybody came together to make the ship just super badass for what it's going to need while it's out there on a very, very long deep space mission. High-end. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just a mid-level ship. It's very similar to most of the common ships in the Planetary Union, but it's going to be spruced up for Season 3. I'm guessing new weaponry, new abilities. I made my prediction that it kind of seems like it has Kalon technology possibly built into the new ship, or the new retrofit of the ship. Does that mean there's some anti-banana ray capabilities built into the ship where it can purposely travel through time if it wants to? Isaac knows everything the Kalons know, technological wise. And he's been very willing through both seasons to create new technology for the Orville. So I'm guessing they're gonna really get a lot of information out of Isaac to make brand new anti-Kalon tech for Season 3. Oh, that is actually a really good question, Todd. Todd says, what happens if two jelly persons bump into each other in the hallway? Well, we know what happens to Yaphet when a regular humanoid bumps into him. It'd be very interesting to see what happens with the jellies. Do they have a hard time, do they mix together? Is that the way that they have sexy time? We know Yaphet was basically turned Dr. Finn into a Chipotle burrito back in Season 1. So what happens when two jellies come together? Do they get all mixed up? Do you get two different colors that become a new color? How do they get unstuck? Ooh, very intimate to be in a jelly relationship. You just realized the PM44 is sort of shaped like a banana. That's the is that the handheld, or is that the big sucker? The big blaster. Do you think the Orville refit will be big? I know the entire ship, and this is official news, the entire ship has been retrofitted. Don't know exactly what that means. If it'll be like the bridge where it just has a lot more detail to it, or does it actually have some different external dimensions to it? I'm hoping that has the capability to open up some doors on the top, open up a hatch, and a big ass gun comes out top of the ship, like a big old middle finger to whoever gets in the way of the Orville. The handheld, like that guy right back there. I got one right over there. What? I don't have my Orville 3D printed ship up right now because I had a little bit of an accident and I got to go to the store and buy some glue. But it should be a seamless fix once I fix it. If the jelly's rocking, don't bother knocking. Any word on getting those goddamn uniforms changed? Well, we're getting slightly updated uniforms. I don't know exactly when in the season. I don't know if it's episode 1 where they just have the slightly different uniforms with the little black here. Sleeves are ever so slightly a little bit more a slightly lighter color black where the communicator is, and the badges are ever so slightly different. I don't know if it'll be a mid-season change or a right off the bat change, or if it's part of the fact that I don't think the timeline was 100% restored after the events of The Road Not Taken. My Orville hand cannon, as I like to say, was sent to me by one of you guys. 3D printed it for me. And then my girlfriend painted it a little bit. Are you getting a Season 3 uniform when they become available? Only if someone's able to send me one. I can't even afford the glue to fix the ship right now.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
Oh, a close-up of it? It's all the way over there, you guys. It's on a stand, but I'll put a picture up of it. I also need to put a picture up of my Majority Rule official badge that was sent to me by the Orville production. I never did that. I still need to do that. Right now, Anger Neutral's wearing it up in my closet. Pranakasha Productions helping to keep the lights on.
The tingles. I feel as if I have been standing my entire life and I just sat down.
Just as long as they don't give it any cavernous turbo lift tubes. Yeah, what's up with those turbo lift tubes? I did have a big problem with that. Discovery did that. Gigantic. I'm like, there's no room for the ship if you have such giant turbo lift tubes. That don't make sense. This is Doctor Who technology. But I got over it. We will get to see them in their dress uniforms this season. Ooh, have we ever seen any dress uniforms on the show? I don't think we have. They got to have them, right? I mean, who knows how... They're not the military, but they're, you know, they kind of are a military government type day job type of organization, so I'm sure they probably have some sort of dressy uniforms, probably with 13 buttons. Yes, I'm hoping we see some more gobble orcs. The Choctaw being the only race that we've seen that gives the Krill a run for their money. The Krill are actually kind of afraid of the Choctaw. They're kind of those dog-like, ape-like looking Legend of Zelda monsters. The Krill seem kind of afraid of them. We'd like to get more into that because they designed these creatures, this humanoid race. We like to not waste that design and not waste all that makeup and learn a little bit more about them. I'm sure the Krill are going to be, you know, we want help from the Krill, so I'm sure the Krill are going to be wanting a little help back from us against whatever things they're up against. So maybe we'll be learning more about the Choctaw in this upcoming season. I think we're going to be getting more Unk in Season 3. I think I saw a little behind the scenes of a possible Unk appearance. Curtis says, I haven't gotten over it. I got over it. It was for me, I was like, you know what? This ain't worth stressing about. It's a TV show. Let's have better days. So I got over it. But not to the point where I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. Or that doesn't make sense. Yeah, Colonel Googie, you're right. Tharl can pound food. He can pound it. See, okay. Todd says, oh, I want to see the Krill homeworld in Season 3. I do too. I thought in Season 2, from the Season 2, the big trailer, that we might be seeing the Krill homeworld. Turned out to be what I saw ended up being the Kalon homeworld, because, you know, they went into this big cloud to get onto the Kalon homeworld. Of course, it turns out there's sun as well, but it was just very cloudy. I'm guessing it's probably smog. I'm sure the Kalon, you know, they're all machines and making machines and doing machine stuff. They probably don't care about anything biological on their planet because they have no use for it. So it's probably all smog from all the industry that goes on the Kalon planet. Or they purposely made it super cloudy so they can hide what's going on in their planet, be secretive, right? But I thought it was going to be a cloud-covered world of darkness. I thought it was going to be the Krill planet. But yeah, that would be a nice little gift in Season 3. Let's see where the Krill come from. You're not going to need sunglasses, that's for sure. Same. I am I'm as fascinated with the krill as I was with the Romulans in TNG. Yeah, we're gonna be learning more about the krill in season 3. I know that's official. That we're gonna be, you know, in the previous 2 seasons that we kind of treated them like, you know, as terrorists. They were kind of a parallel to terrorists. We're gonna find out in season 3 that, you know, we're gonna be asking the question: wait a minute, are these terrorists, or are they just like us, but a different point of view? So it'll be more of a, instead of like westernized and Eastern, you know, the terrorists that come from that part of the world. Terrorists are everywhere, though. Let's get that right. But that type of outlook of the, you know, of the terrorist type world, we're gonna find out it's more of a left and right type of comparison, as opposed to a you know, different part of the world, different terrorist people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the words right now. I didn't write it out. A giant statue of Avis. Oh, didn't even think about that. If we go to the Krill, we're going to see all the monuments to Avis and stuff like that, which probably will look very similar to William Shatner. Fingers crossed. Is that a sweat stain on your Orville hat? That's dedication. Yes, I very rarely wear this hat anymore because I used to wear it all the time, and I used to do everything in this hat. I'd go everywhere. I'd do everything. Yeah, it's kind of bleached out a little bit from getting a little too sweaty in this hat, but I decided to wear it today. Avis is already giant, so a giant statue of Avis would be like 500 feet tall. Yeah, it'll be gigantic. I am sure. They're not going to make a little Avis statue. Let me check the time. Oh, we still got a few more minutes left before we move over to the big screen premiere of the video that the all-new episode of the Orville that I just put together, because we waited long enough for new Orville episodes, but we'll wait as long as they need us to. So they need us to wait a few more months, but I'm like, hey, I can make some Orville episodes. That's in my bag. That's in my wheelhouse. I can do that. So I went ahead and did it. Man, I had the most fun doing that. I mean, it was a lot of work. I mean, my eyeballs were in front of this computer for 16 hours yesterday, but I only stopped to go grab something to eat, and I brought it right back here in front of the computer and ate it while I kept working. But man, that was a lot of fun. It was very satisfying to make that. So I really hope people enjoy it and want more of it, because I want to make more of it. But if people don't want it, I'm not going to waste my time. I got other stuff to work on. Go do some food deliveries. Camera angles, man. Camera angles. Ah, where's my picture of Avis? It's actually right behind me. You see above the uniform back there, you see a frame. For regular Talking to Orville episodes that I make, I lift all of this up, and you can see that there's the Avis picture framed on the wall back there. I'm still working on this room. I just keep stopping to make content, so I still haven't finished this room because I'm like, oh, I need to make something. Yeah, it's a good thing you aren't having to deal with the suits from CBS. Yeah, they got a lot more of a legal team over there that's really not wanting, to show any footage from their shows or anything like that. I've just grown tired of the audience, so I don't really cover Star Trek anymore. But we talk about Star Trek all we want on the live streams because I love it. But making videos, I just don't find it